Welcome back to the Solution Podcast. We have another great show today.
Yes, we do.
The subject matter is masculinity dead in the West? Okay. The link's in the description. We've got all the links to our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So
I salute to all you guys supporting us. Salute to all you guys. Right?
Big shout out, all the new subscribers. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
So love.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to express your opinion. We are here to get to the truth.
So, is masculinity dead in the West? What are you saying about that? Who wants to kick things off?
I think it's dying. It might be critical. It could get even worse, but it can never be dead. There's always going to be a representation of the masculine principle is out there at some degree, in some shape or form. The man, the human man is the representation of the masculine. And he should be trying to uphold the masculinity, but obviously we live in a world of choice and free will. So he has the free will and choice to choose otherwise. But it would be wise for the sake of society and the future and our survival to align himself with his masculinity. So yeah, it's dying, it's been perverted, but it's not dead.
I think masculinity is dead.
Jeez.
And the reason why I say it,
Dead and buried.
Let me explain what I mean by dead.
Yeah.
When I say dead, what I'm basically saying is you are living in a society where masculinity expression will get shut down regardless of where you look at. Okay. Where regardless of where you're living in a society that shuts down the expression of masculinity. Okay, whether it's in family units, nuclear families, whether it's at your workplace, whether it's on the media, masculinity is being shut down from every angle. Yeah. Now it's even getting worse because don't forget the next generation that's going to be coming after us, they're going to be less masculine. Okay, less masculine. Look, you just saw what happened to Andrew Tate. All right, we all know that Andrew Tate. It's not necessarily what Andrew Tate was saying. It's just the tone that he was using. Okay, and there was a lot of things that he said that was very true that I completely agree with. I agree with most of what he actually says. And you saw what happened. Yeah. So whenever we look at masculinity in the West, we can see that it's being shut down from every angle. It doesn't matter. You can't express masculinity. If you express masculinity, there's an entire system built and set up to literally stop you from expressing that.
But what did you say that then masculinity? It sounds like masculinity is being oppressed, but not dead. Like for it to be dead, it means it's not here no more. It's just wiped out. It ceases to exist. I've
always said it's a generations game, and when I say dead, I mean it will be non-existent because of all the things that are promoted. I haven't even gone into.
So it will be non-existent.
So basically, it's under attack.
No. I haven't even gone into the genders that's being promoted. You know, the different genders.
Yeah.
I haven't even gone into that.
You don't need to because you're saying it will be non-existent. That means by saying it will be, that means you're talking future tense.
I don't think you can be a masculine man in today's world because it will be shut down. Because if you try to express masculinity in this world, you will end up in prison like Andrew Tate.
But that but you're confirming it exists. Then you're confirming it still exists.
No, the existence of masculinity exists, but the fact that it can't be expressed, you might as well call it dead. And
the definition of death, though.
No, I said in the beginning, when I say dead, I mean it in this way. And what I mean is, no, I don't think it's the wrong word. I think it's the right word. Because if I can't express my masculinity, and because it will land me in prison, then by definition it's dead because it's no longer useful. If it's no longer useful, then your if you can't express something, because you will be shut down, regardless of, you will be shut down in society from every single angle, then you might as well call it dead because it can't be expressed.
I think that's that. Yeah, do you want to say something?
No, go on.
Yeah, I think that's the Christian defeated attitude right there. Like, to say it's dead before it's dead, that's just driving away the hope for it to come back. Like, it's just letting it go. It's just letting it go and letting yourself be conquered. Like, and that's just something I can't. Until it's dead, which is impossible.
I didn't say what needs to be done to fight it. We were simply talking about the state of masculinity in today's society.
Yeah, you're saying it might as well be dead.
Is masculinity dead? Yes, because it can't be expressed.
Okay, let me phrase this in a different question. Is masculinity under attack, and why?
It has been. It has been to the point that now it can't even express it. It's illegal for it to express itself.
Okay, why? Why?
Why it has been under attack?
Yeah.
It's been that's a good question, boy. Why is masculinity under? Repeat that question again, bro.
Okay.
Say that again.
Is masculinity under attack, and why?
Is masculinity
the powers that be now, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting into different,
Waters,
slightly different field.
Yeah.
The whys and the wheres.
Why is it being under attack? Why is masculinity? It shouldn't be under attack because it's a natural thing, right? So it shouldn't be under attack. So why is it being under attack?
Because there's dark forces.
What do you guys think? Go on. What do you think? Because I'm gonna go into something else. Like, I know where I'm gonna go to.
I think if you look at the root of why masculinity would ever be under attack, you kind of have to go back again to feminism, which was like one of the biggest attackers of masculinity.
But what's the driving force? What's the root driving force
I
to
think
shut down masculinity?
This is a tricky one.
It has to be demonic. It has to be. It has to go.
It has to take it.
You have to go to the root. Bro. Like, if you want the solution, you go to the root of the problem. Everything else is just playing around with the symptoms, playing around with the effects. If you're not gonna address it at the root, at the cause, then you're not ever gonna remedy it. Maybe that's why it hasn't been remedied. No one's figured out a way because they're not willing to go that deep.
If it is demonic and they are trying to destroy masculinity, are they? At what level is masculinity being destroyed? Is it only at the grassroots level? Is it only at the working people's level, or do you think they're destroying masculinity at the top demonic level as well?
Yeah.
Like they're destroying their own masculinity.
Yeah,
like, you have to look at it like this.
All levels.
They're not just. It's not just masculinity that's being destroyed; it's femininity as well.
Yeah.
Now, why would someone want to destroy something that is biological and that helps and favors humanity? Why would someone, whatever this thing is that wants to do that, is obviously anti-life? Because masculinity is a natural product of our biology. So is femininity. That's what allows us to be attracted to each other. That's what allows us to come together and have families. That's what establishes order. That's what establishes the productive growth, you know what I'm saying, in society and so on and so forth. So if they are trying to destroy that, you're absolutely right. Feminism has been working extremely hard from all angles to destroy that. From the economic side as well as from the moral side, you name it. They've been working extremely hard to destroy that. So whatever this is must be anti-life. Yes. And we can see it's anti-life because of what it has produced. We can see that the depopulation is occurring as a result of it. People are not having nuclear families. Population growth has come down. These are the results of it. Do you see what I'm saying? These are the results of it. So we can tell that whatever this is anti-life. Now the question was why? Why do they want to do that? Why do they? I think, you see, when you look at the timeline, when you look at what's happening, it usually tells you whatever's happening right now in today's world. It usually tells you what they want. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, the introduction of alternative family structures. That are not necessarily male and female orientated. same-sex marriages, so on and so forth. I mean, they're going as far as teaching it in schools, right? Why would they want that? Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't produce children. Do you see where I'm coming from? So it's like, if you keep going down that, okay, because we can see the attack on the nuclear family, we can see that men and women are no longer coming together and producing families, and then we can see that the powers that be are promoting alternative family structures that are not conducive to necessarily family creation. I mean, you even saw, what's his name, Tomasi say, avoid family creation. So that's telling you where we're heading. You know what I'm saying? So they obviously want to kill masculinity in order to introduce what? Alternative family structures. Okay. I mean, we can go into how the whole male, how they're killing masculinity and femininity.
Okay,
we can go into that.
Just want to follow that point. Okay, so they're killing the family structure.
Yeah, the nuclear family. Yeah.
The nuclear family, which is going to have an effect on the population.
It has already, yeah.
So the human population is declining as an effect of all this.
Of all this, yeah.
Okay, let's run with that and say, okay, why? Because this is obviously leading to the destruction of the human race.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why? We still haven't got to that driving force of the motivation. Like,
I didn't want to get into. I didn't want to get into what Kobe did, yeah, because what Kobe, it's like you have to. You see, you went straight for the. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
I went straight for the headshot.
It's like cool, because it's important. It's important for people to understand. It's important for people to understand the steps so that next time they can do a logical, like a logical exercise of how to get to. You know what I mean? So to me, it's to accept. Why is for example, so they'll have control of the people that are born. There's an advantage to that, you know what I mean, to have control of people that are born, because they're going to be introducing a new way of thinking. They're going to do. There's been a moral shift. I don't know if you guys have realized how people used to think before 1950s and how people think now. There has been a moral shift. Now we are operating under do as thy will way of thinking, and that moral shift, okay, will lead us to a new way of thinking, a new ideology. You might as well call it a new religion. I call it the Luciferian religion. So people will become, how do I say this, more susceptible to this, more open to this belief system. Do you see what I'm saying? I always told you it's a generation's game. Yeah. So the next generation is weaker. They introduce all the things that will kind of, like everything that you're seeing now, from the abortions to all of this is all part of this ideology, this grand ideology that will eventually be introduced into the world and will eventually become normalized. So the population is very important for them, because they want to be able to control people to the level of farming people. Yeah, when you start controlling people to that level where you dictate how many should be born and how many shouldn't, why? Because you want them to be more accepted, and they're going to be born into this religion, into this new ideology of theirs.
It's almost like they're going to get to a certain point where they're going to be like, right, we've killed off enough of the human race. Yeah. Now we need some more. Let's change let's change the ideologies of what everyone should be thinking.
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to do.
No, but that's what they're trying to do. Sorry, bro. But they're already doing it. They've been doing it. They've been people, like what people think, what people used to think is morally right back then. People no longer think like that. Do you see what I'm saying? People are becoming more acceptant of the new things that they're introducing in society. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and so on. And again, this is not to go against anyone from the LGBT. No one is saying you can do whatever. What the Solution podcast mainly has an issue with is this ideology being taught, LGBTQ being taught in schools. Right. This is what being taught to children. This is what we are against.
To innocence.
Yeah. So it's almost like it's an easy recruiting ground, isn't it?
It is, because that's when they're most impressionable, and they know this. I think we have two different styles of processing things, because like you said before, like it sounds like, because for me, I like to start at the top and work my way down to the bottom. So I get to the core of the problem, and then we see if it fits everywhere. If you see if this core problem is the common denominator in all the problems universally, that means you've got the universal principle. That means we can find a practical solution to attack the core. But if you're going from the bottom up, because not everybody's a spiritual, not everybody's believes in universal principles and truth and stuff. They work their way up and get to a point of understanding which is not the highest, but is acceptable to them because of their own level of consciousness, and they just dwell in this middle area, not coming to the practical solution. Like, if you want to do it that way, then we'll never get to the solution. It will be forever before we get to the solution. Like, I advise we get to the root of the cause, and then we can find the solution. This is the Solution Podcast, man.
Amen.
This is the solution, man. Unless you want to just entertain the simple the lower degree solutions and work and then marginally work your way up. You're never gonna find the solution in the mid areas. It's just not gonna happen that way.
So we have to be extreme.
Yeah, you got to get to the extreme. Yeah, to the highest truth, to the highest extreme, and work your way down.
I would say there's something stopping people from getting to or having that understanding that Colby's advocating for, and in Christian ideology we call that sinful nature. That's how they are able to control you. That's why all these temptations that lead so many men astray are so highly available in society today. And that's why before, when Christianity used to have more of a hold on society, that's why people used to be shamed. I mean, they used to be shame would be like a big, it's like, oh, you're pregnant and you're not married yet, like But now what they've done is they've kind of like, through the sinful nature, they can control people and how fast people come to that understanding of right and wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, right now, the way people are realizing what is right very late in life, and by then it's too late. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's almost like that they flipped the meaning of sinful nature to be good.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing
to be, or to be accepted.
Yeah. The Bible says in the future people will call good bad and bad good, and this is exactly what we do now. We call good things bad and bad things good.
And the way that happens is that they get sold these ideas. They get sold these messages because they don't have a foundation of a strong reference point. They're open to these suggestions. They're exposed.
Okay, so then can the feminization of men be reversed? I think it can, because...
You think it can?
Yeah, I think it can, because there's because of the natural nature of masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
And it's so deeply rooted in our biological system. You can try and go against nature, exactly. But when there's been so many thousands of years of this definite masculine and definite feminine for the survival of the human race, you can try, but I think at the end it will flip back to
what?
To masculine and feminine as a binary code of what gender is, which means there's only masculine and there's only feminine,
1 and 0.
So and also, say if there is a group who are trying to control the population by reversing and developing this notion of gender and gender roles and all this kind of gender ideology that we have.
Yes.
Yeah. They're going to get to a point where the human race will start to die out, and they need workers, and they will have to flip it themselves. If they themselves don't get defeated by the forces of good, they themselves will have to go back on their word and go back on their gender ideology due to the survival of the human race not surviving.
Yeah, they might even shift into the whole technology and try survive somehow through technology and give up the human race. Like, that's also a dark road they can go down. But that's even more destructive.
Like, just get AI to control society and the machines. And
merging AI and human organisms.
Oh, that's
do
coming up.
Do you think it can be reversed?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, all you have to do is sell to the humanity the benefits of the masculine and feminine principles. You don't see it being promoted enough.
So you want the powers that be that are actively trying to destroy masculinity and femininity to what? Change their minds and start selling masculinity and femininity?
You need to persuade, you need to get to the people in power to change their mind. If you could
persuade
get to them,
the people in power.
Yeah, if you could
when
get
the human race starts to die out, they'll have to.
Exactly. They got to make a choice.
Okay.
Are you going to keep going down this destructive road, or are you going to try and remedy it? It's their choice.
I hear that, but can the feminization of men be reversed? Anything can be reversed.
Exactly.
Anything can be reversed if you have the right moral foundation to basically to kind of like, if you have the moral foundation to create the right attitudes and promote the truth and so on and so forth. Yes, anything can be reversed into what's natural, into what the truth is. You know, truth is that which corresponds to closest to reality, and what reality is closer to our nature, our natural nature. Yeah. So anything that corresponds to that, then that would be the truth. Do you see what I'm saying? So yes, if we have a moral foundation there, it can be reversed. If we don't have that, it won't be reversed. And this is why I brought up the concept of farming. It will get to the point you keep talking about, okay, all right, look, listen, we won't, eventually, because we are self-destructing, what's going to end up we're going to have to revert back to nature and natural roles. I don't think that. I think the people pushing for this agenda are very evil. The people pushing for this agenda are working under our belief systems that me and you can't comprehend or can't understand, because they are not dumb. These people are extremely intelligent and they know what they're doing. And this is why I brought up the concept of farming. If all you have to do is just farm the right population, you bring him into an indoctrination, and then once you do that, they can raise whatever they want out of society. Do you see what I'm saying? So can it be reversed? Anything can be reversed, but without a strong moral foundation there, it can't be reversed, because that's exactly how they managed to get everyone to, carry on as they are today.
You see this Luciferian agenda. You see this evil force. Do you think for the nature of its survival is for it to feed off evil deeds, evil and fear and all the bad they believe, things in society? You don't think that?
They believe what they're doing is right. They believe they're the ones doing the right thing, and
but do you think they believe
anyone who's against their ideology or doesn't agree with them, they believe they're the ones who are in the wrong. So for example, they would believe
they think opposite to what we think.
Yeah, we think they're bad. They think we're bad.
About the humans. Are we talking about the humans or the evil force? I'm talking about the evil force.
No,
which isn't human.
Isn't the evil force just evil humans?
It's not. No,
that's
yeah,
what we need
no. It's not an evil force.
That's what we need to establish.
It's an evil being that people in power are following, and they are following.
It's an evil being.
It's
a deity.
Yeah,
or a human.
Yeah, it's like they would call it a deity.
It's a human being.
It's an evil entity.
It's an evil entity.
It's
exactly.
an evil. It's
force.
It's not force as in energy.
So
it's
what is
nothing
it?
like that. It's a being that has an intellect, knows what it's doing, is self-conscious of itself, is completely aware of what it does.
Does it have a human body?
And it has an agenda.
Does it have a human body?
I've never seen this entity.
So where is its existence?
Well, you have to study the occult and ask them.
So you, as a Catholic, you don't know.
Well, as a Catholic, I can tell you my ideology teaches.
I'm trying to get into your world. Like, what is it? Because I'm trying to make a point in your language.
No, it's Satan.
And where is Satan? Satan
is a fallen angel.
But where is his existence? Is he human?
Well, according to
humanoid, is he on Earth? Like, where is his existence?
He's on Earth.
So he's on Earth, commanding the powers that be with a wand, saying, "Right, you guys go do evil."
I don't think
is that what's happening?
I don't think he has a wand.
Is he embodied as a human being?
Exactly.
No, it's a very powerful entity, It's not necessarily embodied as a human being. It
can- where is
powerful
it?
entities
Hold
are
on,
kind of like a force.
Yeah, no.
Thank you, Mo.
An entity, like almost like an entity that's self-aware, knows what it's doing, has an agenda. So it's a force, doesn't have any of that. A force is just a force. So, for example, when you're talking about, if you're gonna,
Force is intelligent.
No,
It can be intelligent.
it can't be, because we're talking about just energy. Energy doesn't have, it can't think for itself. It's not self-aware. It's just matter. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's
So
just
you're
made of
talking-
electrons and protons.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's
I
not-
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
You're saying
carry
like,
on.
You're
Carry
made
on.
of more than electrons
Okay,
and
we get it. We
protons.
get it.
Like-
I'm not disputing.
It-
Carry on.
Okay, he
carry
has the
on.
characteristics of us.
So I need
for
to know
example.
where
Okay,
this.
alright.
He has the characteristics of us. This is why I kept saying.
But he has a
self-
physical being, like a physical.
I don't know what
something.
his physical structure looks like, but according to the things, a fallen angel. Okay, and angels don't have wings. According to the Bible, this is a myth that they've been putting on TV and all of that. According to the Bible, angels don't have wings. So he would look human-like, or he have appearances similar to a human being, but the characteristics is he's self-aware, is intelligent, he has an agenda. You know what I mean? That's the characteristics of not,
So it's
but he's
not-
more powerful than me and you.
Yeah,
Put it this
so
way.
it's not a being that we can't see, like air. Like it's not a being like
kind of like it's kind of like Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate.
yeah.
No,
is
you,
that
no,
how
no, you
see
can't.
them?
You can't actually see.
And then
it.
he'd turn into
Oh, you
this.
can't actually.
No, can you see demons? Unless they decide to manifest in the human body.
So
I can't.
Unless they decide to make their presence the presence known. No, you don't.
So where do demons operate?
Hmm?
Do they operate on the physical earth?
Now they do, yes, because they were thrown out of heaven, according to the Christian ideology.
So why can't we see them?
Because they're invisible. Have you ever seen? Have you ever
Sounds
seen?
like the mental realm
Have
to
you,
me.
have you ever seen a person possessed?
Yeah.
Okay, study
Yeah,
possession.
yeah, I have.
Whenever,
I said I have.
when you see a person possessed, all right, they are capable of doing things, all right, that a normal human being cannot do. They're capable of knowing things that a normal human being cannot know. Now, you'd have to see it for yourself for you to understand that this is a reality. Do you see what I'm saying? But this is something that's studied.
So it's an
Hold on.
intangible
There's a reason.
being.
There's a reason why every Catholic diocese has one exorcist present. Okay, and but of course, separate from Christianity, you can investigate this yourself. The occult themselves, it's all based on demonic possession. It's all based on sacrificing or doing evil
Which
things
is an intangible force or being.
No, it's an actual being. It's not a
Which
force,
is
bro.
intangible,
It's not
that
a
you can't
force.
see.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not,
I'm
it's not
agreeing
energy.
with you.
It's
Like,
not
you're
electrons and
hanging on
protons.
my misworded.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's an intangible being.
Yes, that can become tangible if it wants to.
So it's intangible. So it can come in and out.
Yeah, it can.
So
become,
where is this intangible place?
I don't know, bro.
Because all this time you say, "Where is God? Where is God?" When I say God is here, you say, "Where is God? Where is God?" Like,
Well,
just
where-
where is this intangible place? If not here now, just like, because what I'm trying to say is, if it's here now, that means for me, God is here now. That's what, because by the same rules that you're saying, the demonic being isn't here or is here or can come and go. I'm saying God can do the same thing, and angels can do the same thing.
God
Well,
always-
this brings me on to what I was saying about
Yeah.
the people in the 1% having their own wars.
Yeah.
Maybe on Earth, God and the devils having their own battle
Yeah.
that we can't actually see.
Yeah,
Nah, not
why
really.
not? It's possible.
It's possible.
Not really.
But the same rules apply, no?
Not really.
The devil can come and go. It's an intangible being. So God is also an intangible being, no?
God is spirit.
Okay, let me just let me
Yeah.
Let's go back.
let's
to but
bring
we
it
can
back
get
to
into the
the
religious talk.
No, because I'm
This is-
trying to establish a point.
But
to
intangible is
tie
just
it in.
intangible is
Yeah.
just something that it can't.
That's
touch.
what I'm trying to do.
Intangible is just something that you can't touch. Are you saying that are demon spirits? Yes, they are. Is that what you mean? Demons are spirits. Spirit is immaterial. Immaterial means it's outside space, matter, and time. Okay, but they can enter. But they are a being. They are aware of itself. They are conscious. They have an agenda, and they self-aware. And it's not like electrons and protons and neutrons.
Okay,
it's not that.
So it's a being. It's immaterial.
It's a spiritual immaterial being.
And I'm trying to say, do you think it survives? It gets more energy. It gets more powerful by the evil deeds of humans in this world. Ooh. Thank you.
It gets more. Say that again.
Do you believe for these evil beings to survive? Do you think they get more? They feed off evil deeds of humans.
Incorrect.
Empowers them. So
no,
what?
No. Incorrect.
So what's your definition?
Absolutely incorrect.
What?
No, they don't feed off of evil.
Yeah.
What evil is what they are literally evil.
I'll actually accept that.
They're literally evil, and they are literally here to pursue the agenda of Satan's agenda.
So their nature is evil. Their nature is to do bad.
Yes.
Period.
No.
It's their nature to be.
They chose to rebel against.
Oh, so they have a choice.
Hold on. Yes, they chose to rebel against God. And then as a result, that's why you call them demons. They basically go against the agenda of God. That's it.
So they can change. So that they can change.
No. Because they've already they know they're gonna go to hell.
Like so they've made their choice.
But put it this way, it's like, I know I've already been judged. I know I'm going to hell. I know, and on Judgment Day, this is it for me. That's
so why
it.
They doing
so what they doing
with humans?
Yeah, exactly. Because they want to sway more people towards Satan as possible.
For what?
Until because there's
what's the motive?
Because there's a Judgment Day coming.
But what's the incentive for them to do that?
Incentive? Yeah, it's because they're already damned. They're going to hell.
Yeah, but that's them. But that's got nothing to do with humans. Why are they interacting with humans?
Because they rebelled. They rebelled against God.
Yeah.
They did not want what God wanted for human beings.
Yeah.
They were angry at the human creation.
So
and they decided to side. They decided.
Now we have the motive.
They decide to side with Satan rather than God. And because they know they are damned, they're going to be judged. They're going to be judged for eternity. What they doing is they basically trying to mislead the entire world away from God.
Yeah, because
we've just went away from the topic.
Yeah, because you know what I'm trying to say is in order to stop the powers that be, you have to go to that level. In order to bring back masculinity, you say masculinity can't be reversed or isn't being reversed. Masculinity, have we not said masculinity is under oppression?
Yeah.
Exactly. So the solution is to figure out what these damn entities, evil forces are doing, and then reverse counter what they're doing. That's the real solution.
I see what Kobe's saying. Kobe's basically saying, okay, there's an agenda. There's clearly an agenda. That's what we've identified. There's an agenda to destroy masculinity and femininity, right? In order to destroy men and women, in order to destroy nuclear families, blah 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 blah.
That's how it ties.
So that's what he's basically saying. Okay, what agenda is this? Why would this agenda even exist? It's obviously
you need to understand it.
It's obviously evil and anti-life. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need to understand the nature.
So obviously that's why we went into the realm of talking about spiritual.
Because we're getting to the cause,
spiritual forces and so on and so forth.
We're getting to the real cause.
But we can touch on that later. But we need to
just one quick point on that from me.
Yeah,
that motive of them just want to destroy the world because they themselves are damned.
Yeah,
that doesn't really.
It don't make sense.
That's not good enough motive to destroy the world.
That's very weak.
It's
very very weak.
But, so what do you think?
That's some crybaby. That's like a crybaby.
So what do you think their agenda is?
That's like you can't.
It's like you can't say
but
this is bad. No, you can't say this is bad and then not offer anything else.
I am.
What's yours?
You just based on what he said is what I'm trying to get to, but you don't want me to talk about it because you're saying I'm coming off topic. I'm trying to get to that.
No, we're trying to get through all the questions, isn't it? But the thing is, for okay.
No, it's interesting now because I think we have to cover this now because
it's real.
It's hit the first point of why.
Yeah. Okay.
Real.
Which might.
So what would be
A good motive.
a good enough motive for you that you think
Yeah.
these entities should have, because we've already identified that there's an evil entity trying to destroy masculinity and femininity, right?
Yeah.
We've already come
Yeah.
to that conclusion. Okay, now you're not happy with how the Christian understanding of
Yeah.
of
Of the
these
motive.
of these of this
He gets to
motive,
have
right?
a cake. I don't
Okay.
have the cake.
Okay.
I can't get cake. So he has to come to
Okay,
hell with me.
so what's your
That's
motive?
what it
So
sounds like.
what do you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to say, that's what I'm trying to educate you both, that these entities' survival, their nature depends on feeding, like a vampire. It feeds off the energy of the evil energy, the bad deeds of humans. That's what I'm getting to.
To
You
what end?
disagree,
To
but
what end?
it makes more sense than the Christian,
what end?
Christian version.
To what end?
What do you mean?
To what end?
What? It's created. Imagine something being created to be bad. Now it's nature. So when it does bad, it's actually happy.
So you're saying-
that's the
so
incentive.
you're saying-
because it gets stronger, it gets more influence on the world. More people can be bad because by more people being bad, this evil being gets stronger
What
and
about-
gets to do. It perpetuates basically.
What about the good
it
being?
perpetuates.
What about the good being? What is he doing about it?
Yeah, because everybody's busy being Christian. They're
forget-
not trying to figure out how to be a good being.
Hold on. Does
no,
that mean God is feeding off the good?
Yes.
The good energy
Yes.
of the good people.
That's
No.
That's
So
how
I'm
I see it.
basically
That's
saying-
how I see it.
Okay, so in your ideology, right?
And if you was to do that, you would get to a
right.
utopia.
Okay, so
Deep.
that don't make sense. But okay,
Does that make sense?
no, not even one bit. Okay, so who?
If everyone's
It
doing
makes
good,
more sense than the.
Okay, so who created the world?
we did.
That don't make no sense.
Who
So
could-
there is no. Hold on. We
okay.
just identified there's an evil. Hold on. We just identified.
Yeah.
There's a spiritual evil entity.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to seek out to destroy masculinity
I was
and
being
femininity.
silly.
Hold
Okay,
on
I
a
was
second.
being silly.
Okay. Now, please tell me.
Yeah.
Who created
The creator.
Because according to my ideology,
The
God
creator.
created. Hold on. Let me finish. According to my ideology, God created the world. All right.
Yeah.
He created the world, and he gave its creation free will. And some of this creation basically decided to rebel against him. Okay. So because they've done so, they did something extremely evil, which was to introduce sin into the world. The sin entered into the world through Adam and Eve, basically eating, disobeying God. All right. So after that, what basically happened is because of what they've done was so grave, and we can see the destruction of sin in the world today. Because what they've done is so grave, God basically damned them. All right. So now they're waiting for the time when God comes again, and they are sent to hell forever. Now, I want to know from your ideology, right? Who created the world?
Yeah, the creator.
Who is he?
The creator.
Is that God?
Bigger case G God, yes. For their interpretation
So then
of
you're both saying it's the same
No,
thing
no,
as
no,
saying
we're not.
God created the world.
I've never asked the question.
we have different attributes of God.
No,
we
no,
have
no.
different
Did this creator create Satan? Did he create the demons?
Yeah, create all. Create everything. Create everything. Me,
So what's
you,
okay?
Satan,
So
everything and everyone.
So what is this creator doing about the evil entities that are now destroying the male and female?
Nothing. It's what's the creator doing?
Yeah.
The creator is creating it. It's co-creating it with the people creating it, because that's what the creator does. It is the creator. How do you change it is a better question. Those people doing it need to change.
So the creator doesn't do anything.
No, it creates.
He doesn't assume responsibility for his creation.
It creates.
So the creator,
How? Why should?
but he has already created.
Exactly.
No. So what I'm saying is,
If he was the creator and he wanted to remove it, do you think he wouldn't have the power to do it? There's a reason
this
he's
creator,
not doing it.
So this creator doesn't have the power to stop the evil.
It doesn't have the desire to.
It doesn't have the desire to stop the evil.
Yes.
And you know this how?
Because he hasn't done it.
Okay, so this creator,
Yeah.
who
The
so
results
this
speak for
creator might as
itself.
well just be Satan. he
Not
might
really.
he might just be as bad as the very same
But-
thing, because the
but
thing is, why would
the
he
creator
why would he
is
develop?
God and Satan?
Hold on.
Think about
No, no.
that. It's
Why-
God
why
and
would-
Satan.
why-
It's good and bad because it created both.
No, you're still taking from my worldview.
Nah.
According to your
Created
worldview,
both.
according to your worldview, your creator created both, right?
Yes.
He created evil and good, all right?
Yes.
So, and you're telling me that your creator basically does nothing because he hasn't developed
No,
the
I said
desire
it
to stop it.
creates. It creates.
But he has already created everything.
See, it comes back to the point of, I think it needs to come back to the point that our part to play, where we are gods, lowercase g gods.
Oh, Lord.
Because we are given the power of the creator to create what we want. And this is what we've created. We've got abortion, we've got murder, we've got all these bad things. We created it using the co-creator's powers, and we created it. If we want to change it, we have to change it.
But we just
all the creator's got to do is move on our will, basically.
No, but we just
humans will.
We just identified that there's a force. Yeah,
Yes.
There's a force. There's an evil agenda
Yes.
to literally destroy masculinity and femininity. So your creator,
Yes.
yeah, doesn't do nothing about. So your creator says nothing about what's good, what's right, what's morally right, what's morally bad.
That's
Your
for
creator
humans.
says nothing. So what you're
That's for
basically
humans to
hold on. So, and we know how humans decide. Humans decide according to how they feel like. So
Based
today,
on morality.
today. So if it was humans deciding it, then there is no morality.
No,
because
it
anything
means they need to improve their morality. Because morality is there. We can all think of high concepts of morality, but humans aren't choosing to follow these high concepts. That's a human battle, not the creator battle.
Okay, I'm gonna have to push this on to the next to the next
that
thing.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, sorry for going too deep for you lot, but
I'm sure we'll come
this
back
is
to
the
it though,
truth.
because this is an interesting thing. Okay, what does it mean to be masculine?
I like the idea of provide and protect for the masculine, and the woman is to nurture and connect. Nurture and connect.
Masculinity is the opposite of femininity. So it's strong, it's logical, it protects, it provides. Do you see what I'm saying? Why? Because it's strong. Do you see what I'm saying? So if physically I am stronger than someone else, of course the responsibility falls upon me to protect the weak. Do you see what I'm saying? So to me, that's what masculinity is. Because so if I'm more logical than a person who's more emotional, then masculinity would be, I would have to lead. Do you see what I'm saying? Because in dangerous situations, I would be in much more control. I'll be able to control myself much better than someone who's emotional. Do you see what I'm saying? So to me, that's what masculinity basically is. That's really all it is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've got no issue with that.
And masculinity is what is what allows men to basically die for others. You see what I'm saying? You have to be masculine for you to make those type of decisions. It's not usually, you know what they say, men, women and children first. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The reason why they say that is because that's what we're built for. Do you see
So
what I'm
if a
saying?
woman was to die for protecting her child, does that mean she's a masculine woman?
No, usually when that happens is in the absence of a man, or the man has already died.
So how do you class that?
That's a natural instinct for any mother.
So is it masculine and feminine, or is neither? So
No. If a man is there, she's not. Okay, put it this way: if it was normal for her to do that, she would jump in first. And so if it was normal for her to do that, what would happen is someone comes in, she would be the one going in front of the man, and she would be the one confronting the situation. If it was normal for her to do that, the scenario that you pose is only when the male is now removed from the equation. So now she will protect. Why? Because this is why we have God, man, women, child, because the child comes under the protection of the mother primarily, because she's more around, nurturing and so on. And so on.
I think that's almost part of the feminine motherhood. Yeah, is to have that instinct of protecting their child.
But I'm confused. Like the man, like we're saying masculinity is the man protecting the family. I
think providing and protecting in terms of resources, food to
So it's
eat,
not like physical protection.
shelter, and
Well,
and physical
Who's
protection.
stronger, men or women, according to you?
I'm not disputing that. I'm just disputing the concept
What of provide and protect?
of physical protection, because in that example of the woman protecting a baby, that's physical protection. But we said physical protection is masculine. So does that mean when a woman protects the child in the absence of the man, that's masculine? But it's basically, you need to be consistent with the rule, basically.
No, I am
We need to be
No, we are
consistent.
being consistent because
if you're saying it's masculine for the man to physically protect his family, and then a woman protects her child, why is that not masculine? Why is that not a masculine trait?
Because it isn't. No, it's a masculine trait.
Yeah,
to
elaborate.
do. No, it's a masculine trait for her to put herself in harm's way in order to protect
That's
the
what I
child.
wanted to hear.
It's
you agree?
it's a masculine trait, but it's not a priority for her because the only time that ever happens,
I'm not arguing that.
Look what's happening.
I agree with you.
Hold on, let me finish. Look what's happening. The men, what do you call it? The men protects the woman. You remove the men. Now, who's going to protect the weaker vessel? It has to be the woman because she is stronger than
She's on the next level down.
down.
Yeah, I'm not
But
disputing
what
that.
I'm saying is, but the natural order of things is when if the men is there, but she would have to assume a position that she is not really suited for. She's not really suited, but in that instant,
But she can do it though. She's not suited, but she can tap into it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How productive do you think she would be? Sorry, how successful do you think she would be at protecting that child? Let's say I took over, I killed the men off, right?
Yeah.
Me and a couple guys killed her. Now the women. This was actually what tends to happen when the men come in and then they murder the men. Most women, they don't actually go and try and protect the child. They just follow the men. The men tell, "Oh, you're coming, you're coming." What happens is they usually just go along with whatever the men say because you know they. That's just what tends to happen.
In fact, Octavio hit a really good point because in a situation of an army coming in and taking over another
picking up no
another
arms.
village, another village. Do you know what their best bet is to save their life and their child's life?
Yeah.
Is just submit
Or run.
Submit or
Run where?
No, they won't be able to run because they're an army's just burst in their front door.
Bare hypothetical.
The only way to protect really
This
is to submit
This is
and
the
go
thing
along
about
with the new order.
hypotheticals. You create a hypothetical to confirm your bias. That's all it is. When you make a hypothetical, all you're doing is confirming your bias, and I can counter with a hypothetical confirming my bias, and all we're gonna do is tit for tat, and it's just not gonna go
But
nowhere.
you haven't been able to come back from it.
Bro, I can.
Go on.
Just by adding more elements to the example.
Go, add more
That's
elements.
why I said she could run. You said they can't run.
Okay.
But there's movies out there where these
okay,
things happen,
okay.
they run.
So
So you can run.
Okay,
Movies,
she
yeah,
can run.
movies are good examples.
Let's run with that.
She
then.
can run.
Movies are good examples.
Hold on, she can run, right?
Yeah.
She can run. Let's
Yeah,
use
yeah.
let's use an analogy. Yeah, she can run, right?
Yeah.
Remember, I've been for a real war. No one was running nowhere.
Bro,
But hold on a second.
Let's talk about war with guns. There's been wars with knives.
You're being a contrarian.
No, I'm being hypothetical because I'm adding new elements. You was in a war with guns. There's been wars with knives.
Let's say a woman is running.
Kill a woman running with a knife. Are you gonna throw the knife?
Wait, hold on. Just to add, she's running.
You're gonna add bow and arrows. You see
No,
what I'm saying?
I'm
You see
not.
what I'm saying?
I wasn't even gonna
You
say
see what I'm
that.
saying? Tit for
Hold on,
tat.
I'm not even gonna
Tit for
say
tat.
that. I was
Just
just
to
gonna say one
say,
thing.
Confirming bias.
she's
Hold on.
running and she's running with her child.
Okay,
Carry
hold
on.
on.
Go.
I'm just gonna say this, yeah. Who would you think is faster running, men or female or women? And I don't even want to add the child. Do you know what I'm gonna say? Hold on. I'm gonna say.
Now she needs a head start.
I'm
Now
gonna
she
say.
has a head
I'm gonna say.
start.
I'm not even gonna use the baby, right? Because imagine running
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
baby
go on.
and
With
all the
the-
children and
with
so
the
on,
baby.
right?
Whatever you say, I'm gonna counter it. Go on.
it's just-
Go on. I'm gonna.
It
prove
just
my point.
becomes silly. It's just like,
Is that not what I said?
no, it's
Is that
arguing
not
for
what I said?
arguing.
Tit for tat.
No,
It's
it's
just
not.
tit for tat.
No, because
That's
the
what I
reality,
said.
the reality
It
is
becomes tit for tat because you're confirming your bias with your hypothetical.
the reality-
and I can do it my side
the
too.
reality
And we're not
is
gonna go
the
nowhere.
reality is they don't run, and if they were to run, men are faster than them, and they would catch
What do you
them.
mean?
And usually
right,
what
he's
tends
right.
to happen is when these guys come in, they probably got let's say there was the period of the swords, right? They would have horses, they would have all of that,
Exactly.
and a man is 10 times more faster than a woman.
Plus
He's not running nowhere.
Plus,
He's
they're,
just-
plus they're soldiers. They're on their feet running and killing all day long.
And then
Do
some
we
woman
have
is
to put
gonna-
up movie after movie to show women getting away?
Oh, so you're
Movies
using
aren't real.
Children getting away. Movies are
so
are
you're using
hypothetical.
So you're using
no?
I was-
hypotheticals based on Hollywood movies.
Bro, that's my battle. That's my way of using hypotheticals.
Do you know what I would say? I would
But
say
it's a real scenario.
No, it's not real.
a young-
Hollywood is not real.
Bro, your situation ain't real.
a young
It's hypothetical.
a young boy child is more likely to escape
Thank you.
than a
Yeah, it's
mother
not-
and a children.
Yeah, but I'm not. What my argument?
He can run, he can hide, he can jump
argument
over
isn't-
fences and
It
stuff.
can't happen. My argument is the other side can happen.
Let me help your argument. She can fly. You might as well just say that then. Do you
one
know
day-
what? Do you know what? She
what,
can
getting a-
swim in a river full of
You know
crocodiles.
what? That reminds me of old school film with Julia Roberts, Sleeping with the Enemy. She ran from her husband.
Yeah, she ran from her husband. She ran. She went.
Hypothetical.
She went into the jungle and then she
she
ran
went to
from
another
she,
town.
she was faster than the lions. I mean,
Yeah,
can,
that's
but
what I'm
no,
saying.
but we can go into your world, which is just completely just nonsensical.
You both are proving my point. All hypotheticals is doing is confirming your bias.
No,
and
but-
it can be countered with somebody else's bias. That's all I'm saying.
Hypotheticals.
That's all I'm saying.
There's hypotheticals.
Real life case studies is more accurate.
Hypotheticals based on reality, on biological reality, is one thing.
So are movies.
Hold on.
Are movies
Hold on, bro.
or
Let me finish.
non-fiction?
Movies are complete fantasy.
Fantasies.
Non-fictional
Hypothetical.
movies.
This is why you go.
What? Ali, the movie was a fantasy. Ali,
Yeah,
it's based on reality.
It had Will Smith playing in it.
Bro,
It's based on reality.
Okay, let me ask you a
It's
question.
based on movies. They make movies.
Bro.
Art imitates life,
Bro,
and life
bro.
imitates art.
They
That's
got-
what movies is.
Yeah,
they
but
got-
they also have X-Men.
Yeah, bro,
Fiction.
they got movies of women
But
beating
there's-
up men.
there's-
Do you think that's reality?
Bro,
In
every
fact,
super-
nearly every single movie has
It's
a
a woman
woman beating up a
beating
man.
Every
Yeah.
superhero movie, every movie these days is that. To the point that men are gonna start believing that. That's the social engineering.
Nah, I don't agree
That's
with
the
that.
social
I don't-
engineering.
You can't beat biology, and we're witnessing now with
Bro, sometimes a lion thinks it's a
Hold on. We've seen with reality. We've seen.
Say that again.
Sometimes a lion thinks it's a sheep because it's told it's a sheep.
I don't agree with that. We've seen today with women losing in every single tournament whenever men join their thing. We're seeing it today. It doesn't work. You can't beat biology. You just can't.
The way I was thinking about it when you first brought it up was, if you watch the Olympics, you can see that men are much faster than women. And if you add a child with that, you can
just saying
see she's
women.
never going to get away from
Just unrealistic.
from a group of soldiers.
Okay.
But, okay, right. So feminism often uses the term toxic masculinity. What is toxic masculinity?
As the bad attributes of masculinity. I believe masculinity has positive, which is healthy masculinity, and it has negative traits, which is negative masculinity, and femininity is the same. There's healthy femininity and there's toxic femininity, and it'll be wise to learn the difference for all so you can differentiate when they're trying to play these silly games at us in the media.
I don't think this.
So wait, hold on. Have you got any examples of toxic masculinity?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
Physical abuse. I would say that's toxic masculinity.
So if a woman abuses a man, is that toxic femininity?
See, I believe a woman can abuse a man in a masculine way and a feminine way, just like a man can abuse a woman in a masculine way and a feminine way. A masculine way of a woman, a man abusing a woman in a masculine way is physical abuse. A feminine way of a man abusing a woman is by mental abuse, emotional abuse. mental abuse, passive abuse. That's how I see it.
Okay. The main one of toxic masculinity is when men abuse women.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the question is, how is the abuse? How is the man abusing the woman? That's the question, because abuse is a broad word. There's different types of being abused.
So how about if a man is just leading a woman, is being a leader?
Is it by force? If it's physical force? If it's by physical force, that's masculine abuse. If it's by passive force, like blackmail, that's a feminine abuse.
So if it's say it's by physical force, by saying okay, like I'm trying to put it in today's perspective. Yeah. So okay, we're not buying that. We're buying this. You're not doing that. We're doing this.
Yeah.
He's trying to be.
So what's the consequences? What's the outcome? What's he got to do about it? That's where the abuse element comes in.
Yeah.
It's still just a scenario. Like, how is he gonna enforce that? If you know what I mean.
Just by threatening his power over her.
Then that's mental. That's feminine abuse.
Okay.
Yeah. See.
So is that toxic masculinity?
That's for me. That's a form of toxic masculinity.
Okay. All right. All right. What do you think toxic masculinity is?
I don't think there's such a thing as toxic masculinity or toxic femininity. I think femininity is not toxic and masculinity is not toxic. If you're talking about immoral behavior, yeah, we're all capable of it, but it's not attached to our nature, our masculine nature, or a woman's feminine nature. It's not attached to that. Yes, are we capable of choosing wrong things because we are lustful, or we want power, or we are being selfish, or we are being greedy? Yes, we are all capable of that. Men, women, all of us are all capable of that. But that has nothing to do with a feminine nature and masculine nature.
So do you think morality can be feminine or masculine?
No.
Do you think there's masculine morality, feminine morality?
Impossible. Morality is morality.
Immorality.
Morality is morality. No. Good is good, bad is bad. It's that simple.
Yeah, I have to agree with Octavio on this. I don't think toxic masculinity exists. Mm-hmm. I think it's a term that's used to demonize men, basically, on certain attributes that are masculine.